Hello, I'm Rob. This is Leeanna, and welcome to the Nut House. And it gets more insane every damn day. Today's topic is pro-life organizations have been firebombed by
Jane's Revenge is
Jane's
the
Revenge. Is that a? It says it's a pro-abortion group. Does it also say they're pro-choice? I'm just curious if they define themselves as pro-choice because, hear me out.
okay.
They're
I'm listening.
literally firebombing people's choices away.
I know.
So it's the opposite of choice. I wasn't sure if I see it says pro-abortion group here. It's Daily Mail. I don't know if that's left, right, center. I have no idea.
Daily Mail, I believe, is left,
Okay.
but it's based in England, so their terms are different than in the U.S. Like in the U.S., they say pro-choice, pro-life. In England, they say pro-abortion, pro-life. I don't know. I don't know. I know they say pro-abortion, but I think it's still pro-life in England. So they kind of call it more as they sees it.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, pro-abortion makes more sense than pro-choice. I was just curious
Yeah.
because it just seems silly to me.
Yes.
It looks like two have been. The first one was 2 weeks ago in Buffalo.
There's been several bombings or fire bombings and then bricks through walls and just straight up harassing places, graffiti. So I'm not sure how many places they've attacked total, but I know that it's enough that our Congress is now asking the FBI to investigate the attacks.
Yeah, and the FBI is investigating now.
Oh, wait, scroll down. Was that 120 Congress people or was that 120 places?
120 House Republicans.
Okay.
So it is Congress people, but specific Congress people.
Yes, the Republicans are asking for it. Well, when I saw a thing earlier, we don't have it up, but I saw a thing earlier where they asked Pelosi to make a comment on it and she refused to really.
Yeah, these people are also insane.
So basically what happened was it a month ago? They came out and said all
Oh yeah.
you could they wrote a letter on their
a
own
letter
vlog.
for a night of rage, and
Yeah.
they gave people a month. They gave pro-life organizations a month.
Yeah.
And listen to this thing. This thing is insane.
This is on their blog on noblogs.org.
JanesRevenge.noblogs.org.
So this is an open source blog where people go and you have
It
to
hasn't even been a month.
yeah, and
It's
you
from
have to
May
sign
30th.
you have to sign terms of agreement and this is what they wrote. You want to read it or you want me to?
I'll read it.
Okay.
An autonomous call to action against patriarchal supremacy is the title. Within the month, we anticipate a verdict will be issued that overturns Roe v. Wade, setting in motion an evisceration of abortion access across the so-called United States.
It's still the United States even if you don't want to call it the United States. I'm just
Well,
going
not
to throw
just
that out
that,
there.
but it wouldn't be an evisceration of abortion access. It would just go to the states, and you have California and you have Colorado and New York and a bunch of other states that are not going to get rid of abortion access. They're going to be fully.
Even Florida,
I'm
Florida
taking
already did what it
headphones
wanted
out.
to do. They limited, yeah, let's take these out so I can hear myself. They limited the access already. So, and Texas has already done what they wanted to do. They're not going to take it all the way away because they already did what they wanted to do. In my mind. Go ahead, keep reading.
No,
Sorry.
it's fine. That's not how it's going to work. It's not going to be an evisceration of abortion access. Anyway, this is an event that should inspire rage in millions of people who can get pregnant. They don't want to say
Women.
mothers because they want to be pro-choice, pro-abortion. So they wouldn't want to call them mothers.
Yeah.
And yet the response thus far has been tepid. That's because people aren't as crazy as you. I'm just going to throw that
They
out
also
there.
don't want to say mothers because mothers is gendered language and they're afraid they're going to get called transphobic.
That too. Good point. We have agonized over the apparent absence of indignation. Why is it that that we are so afraid to unleash hell upon those who are destroying us?
They're not afraid to
The only one
unleash
being
hell.
destroyed are the babies.
They're not afraid to unleash hell, hence the firebombing.
Well, that's them. That's these clowns.
Yeah.
So, fear of state repression is valid, but this goes deeper than that. Your anger has been stolen from you. How do you steal an emotion?
Here's the deal. They did a what do you call it? Survey, And most of the people who responded were like very, I don't care if Roe versus Wade. I don't care.
Well, with what's going on in the world today, this isn't
This isn't big.
this isn't a hyper topic. Most people just want to get to work and feed their families.
Yeah,
Like,
fair enough.
anyway, to this we say no more. We need to get angry. We need the state to feel our full wrath. I don't know why I'm reading it like that.
I don't know.
It's bolded and everything, so I'm like, okay. We need to express this madness fully and with ferocity. We need to quit containing ourselves. So you want violence. Well, they do. They're firebombing.
They're not
things.
containing themselves. They're firebombing. Like, let's be clear.
Yeah, we need them to be afraid of us. Well, we need. I'll agree. We need the government to be afraid of the citizens, but that's not what you're talking about.
No, they're talking about they want Republicans and conservatives afraid of them. And that's just stupid.
Last week, an evil creature slaughtered 19 children and 2 teachers in their classroom. That's not what I'm laughing at.
No.
While some may call this horrific act senseless or random, we know that's not the case. That's what I'm laughing about. We know that this was an act of male domination and patriarchal violence. This guy was a communist.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm thinking of. That was right?
Yeah,
He
Uvalde was a communist. He was not.
He was an ex-communist. Like, he's like, I identify with the Communist Manifesto or some crap like that. Like, he had a whole thing.
Yep.
He was he was either a cross-dresser or trans person.
I don't know. I saw him in a skirt online, and that's about as far as it went.
Isn't that all it takes? That means he wanted to feel like, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't really
meant
care.
to make women, children, and teachers live in fear. No, it's
He was a bad person, and there was one of his schoolmates,
an evil creature.
Yeah, one of his schoolmates came out and said that he was the type of person to harm the smallest person in the area just for fun. So this was someone who just wanted to hurt people, had nothing to do with trying to make other people live in fear. He just wanted to hurt someone.
This is the best part. We know it is deeply connected to the reproductive violence about to be unleashed on this land.
It has nothing to do with one.
By
Has nothing
an
to do with the other.
illegitimate institution founded in white male supremacy.
See, and here's the deal: he wasn't white; he was Hispanic. And I promise you, a freaking black man, Hispanic man, whatever insert race you want to pick, could go and burn down the White House tomorrow, and then he would still blame white supremacy.
I mean, who burned down the pro-life places? Was that a white man? Did you use his white rage, or did you?
Yeah.
And does that make it a racial attack? Like, let's stop with the race. These people are so much into the race. I heard it on. I'm gonna just digress a little bit. I heard it on Timcast yesterday. The best description of these type of people, and it was basically saying that we know they're racist because of how they talk and how they act, right? But they also they think those racist things, but they think they're too good or they're better than that. So they're the good ones because they don't act on their racist feelings. And
That's why they feel like everybody is racist.
And so they think everyone else feels that way and are acting out. And I'm like, other people don't feel racist or have racist thoughts. Just you sicko. Sorry, I'm trying not to curse.
And Roe versus Wade has nothing to... It was white men who passed Roe versus Wade the first time. To say it's white supremacy to remove it, I can't with the stuff.
Yeah, these people don't have any kind of... Anyway, let's move on.
Okay.
I could go on. It's 3 more paragraphs of...
Go ahead.
Misogynistic...
Go ahead.
Blah. Okay, we cannot think of a clearer example in this time. Now I'm going to restate. This is not me talking. This is the people who are doing these attacks.
Yeah, he's reading from their website. Not their website, their blog.
Their blog. Yeah, they don't even have a website. We cannot think of a clearer example in this time of the need for autonomously organized self-defense networks. So, terrorist cells.
Can I take a second?
Go ahead.
This is called inciting violence, right? Which is usually against most websites' policies.
I was just thinking about that.
And when you register, you have to give identifying information. You give your email, you give all this stuff, right? And the FBI is saying they're investigating, but they don't know who's doing it. You at least know who called for the violence based on the website and the fact that they have someone registered there who broke the terms of the website.
They did arrest somebody, just to add.
Okay.
They have arrested somebody.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Go ahead.
Okay, we cannot think of a clearer example of the desperate need for those who can get pregnant to learn how to confront misogynistic violence directly.
Why can't we call them women? You're
What
saying
is the
misogyny. Then
what
why
is
would
the
you say women?
misogynistic violence? Helping women have babies? Like, that's the thing I don't get. Like, they're all about, oh, the violence. You're attacking pro-life centers. So they give women an option. They give them help. When
Yeah.
and when they feel like they have nowhere else to go, they actually give them resources,
Yes.
a place to stay, and things. They work with churches and stuff like that. I looked them up, listened to their CEO talk.
Yeah.
It's actually on this.
They'll
YouTube.
actually pay your bills, and if you want to go to an adoption center, they'll take you to an adopt. But if you don't, they will help you parent.
And that's misogynistic violence, apparently. We also believe this unlearning of our self-containment can begin in the streets when we organize alongside one another to confront state forces of evil and domination. That is literally a call to attack
Yes.
law enforcement. Anyone who stands in their way. State forces of evil. Didn't you criticize the people up here for calling this just an evil creature? And
Yeah.
anyway.
They never
Several
see
weeks
this.
ago, we watched and waited as self-proclaimed feminist organizations and nonprofits took the lead on arranging their demure little rallies for freedom. We were told to let them handle it and to defer to the political machinery that has thus far failed to secure our liberation. Failed to see you. There's states that you can, like Colorado, you can get an abortion up till the minute of birth. What are you talking about?
Last I checked, women have just as many rights as men. What do you mean you need to be liberated? I don't know.
Not all women, because if it's a baby girl, she doesn't have the same rights as an adult woman.
Yeah.
Or a teenager. Just saying.
Yeah.
They don't consider it a baby. Like,
Yeah.
In a world where the news media has an attention span of about 24 hours on their best day, we know these hollow gestures would fail. We knew these hollow gestures would fail to capture attention. We knew we were witnessing counterinsurgency in action. God, these people don't know what an insurgency is. I'm surprised you can spell it.
Insurgency is not law.
It has nothing to do with,
Keep going.
We cannot sit. This is just angering. We cannot sit idly by anymore while our anger is yet again channeled into Democrat Party fundraisers and peace parades with the police. Well, you set up here to confront the police, basically. So, with violence because they're evil. We were even told we must cooperate with them because they work alongside abortion providers and clinic escorts. A group of people who, at this moment in time, cannot possibly risk their lives or their livelihoods any further than they already are.
How are they
You're
risking?
the one firebombing people. What are you talking about?
How are abortion clinic risking their
Escorts.
lively?
Clinic escorts and abortion providers are risking their lives.
I thought you said livelihood. No, that's livelihood.
Oh, their livelihoods. You're right. I thought it said their lives. Oh, it does say their lives. It says their lives and their livelihood.
Or their livelihood.
Oh, or their livelihood. Whatever.
They're not risking either, but okay.
Well, I think in the Texas law, they can be sued by somebody. That's what the law opens up. It doesn't make it illegal. It allows them to be sued. I don't know how it works. I don't know if that means like the father gets to go, hey, that was my kid. Don't do that. I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't actually looked into that, but I know it's not illegal. It just allows you to be sued.
Yeah.
Where were we? Any further than the lives already are. We honor these providers and their service. We do not honor those who would use them as a shield against directed militant action.
But isn't firebombing a pregnancy center militant action?
Yeah.
They're this feels like a narcissist. This reads like a narcissist wrote it. They're projecting, they're accusing, but it's actually what they're doing.
It's gonna sound bad, and I'm probably gonna be criticized, but it's like real life, Joe Biden has done everything they accused Trump to do. They said he's gonna do this and this, start World War III, and Biden's done everything they said Trump would do.
Yeah, pretty much.
So anyway, now that I said that. But that's exactly what he just ignores the fact that he's doing it. We believe the greatest honor we could give them would be to act meaningfully in their name. The time to act was decades ago. The best time is now. Do you realize what the law was? Like, what are you talking about? Oh my God, does it keep going?
Whatever from your fury takes, the first step is feeling
Whatever
it.
form your fury takes, the first step is feeling it.
Oh God.
The next step is carrying that anger out.
This is a call to action.
And expressing it physically. That is exactly what that is.
Yep.
Consider your call to action. I mean, it can't be considered anything else now. So yeah, these people need to be arrested.
They said on the night of the ruling is
the final ruling is issued. A specific,
but
date
they
we
couldn't
cannot
wait for
yet
that.
predict. Yeah, they couldn't wait because this was May 30th, and it's happened 2 or 3 times now, and it's June 18th, and there's been no announcement or anything. In fact, I think they're going to push it back a little bit.
I think so too.
A specific date we cannot yet predict, but we know is arriving imminently. We are asking for courageous hearts to come out after dark. I mean, you know it's coming imminently, but you keep going to judges' houses to protest. Excuse me, to protest. Which is actually illegal.
Yeah.
Because that's trying to influence a judge.
Yep. It's tampering.
That's intent. That shows the signs that they say show their intent.
Yep.
And then you have of course, allegations of threatening to kill one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with that, but that's what, yeah. And yet you have nobody on the other side condemning it.
No.
I mean, probably Tulsi Gabbard would condemn it, but she's probably the only one.
Probably.
But she's not in office anymore.
No.
Whoever you are and wherever you are, we are asking for you to do what you can to make your anger known. So they want everybody to just attack.
Yep.
We have selected a time of 8 p.m. for actions nationwide.
That's really messed up to me. Because, like, you not only want everybody to attack everybody, but you want people to attack people while they're trying to go to bed.
Well, if they're attacking pro-life places, they're probably closed at 8.
Probably, so nobody can stop them.
Now, when they did attack the pro-life place, they said, the CEO actually, from the first one that was attacked, he said this was an attempt to stop us from serving our community. He said it didn't work. He's like, we just started moving them to another location, an undisclosed location, and we're currently in full operation, even though the center was burned down. It's going to take us months to fix, but we'll keep working. Almost like,
I mean, that's what happens when you threaten someone.
Yeah, they stand taller and stronger. Most people don't back down from their principles. This is a principled argument. This isn't.
Yeah.
And they're.
All right, sorry. I didn't mean to stop you, but
You're fine. You're fine. I'm getting angry. I'm
select.
trying not to yell and curse.
All right, I'll read and then you can react. Okay.
I mean, I think they said it all basically.
No. We got here to the 8
one?
p.m. We did not claim to speak for every community or crew. We're simply calling out to you, and we hope that you answer our cries. And then they said to the cis male allies. So we can't say
Who
female.
would be interested in joining us in the streets?
We can't say female, but we can say male.
Well, yeah, male's a real thing. Female's your imagination.
Apparently.
They can't define a female, so how could they call out to females? I mean,
That and they talk about misogyny. It feels like they have misogyny. The fact that they won't say female, but they'll say male.
That's a good point. I mean, if they can't define a female, how would they know what misogyny is?
Yeah.
You must use your privilege to shield and support us in a way that also enables us to get angry. There's a lot of privilege in this country, in the world.
Do not police us, is what they say.
Yeah.
And do not tell us what is and isn't inappropriate, but do aid us.
Firebombing, inappropriate. Just gonna say it. I'm sorry, I'm a cis male. Oh no.
Don't use cis. I hate that. That's
I
a
don't use
term
cis, but
that
that's what he
they
said.
don't like people saying
It,
trans, but it's like, you know what? I shouldn't have to have a preposition in front of it because it makes you feel uncomfortable because you're not comfortable.
Yeah, I don't care about you.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're not in reality. I deal in reality. We must also say, do not wait until the verdict arrives to organize.
So wait, they wanted to wait till the verdict, and then they say don't wait till the
They
verdict.
want you to wait to the verdict to act. Oh, no, I take it back. They changed their mind. Make plans now. Take action now. You said on the night of the final ruling.
They changed their mind halfway writing through it. That's pretty bad.
Like, at least proofread it. Like, it's... Oh. It is not enough to share images on Twitter and Instagram, the black square. Though that's still important to do. You have to be able to virtue signal. If otherwise, what's the point?
I mean, if nobody sees it, did you really help? I mean, if you're not, if you can't go, hey, I did this. Did it really happen?
Everybody, look at me. I did that. That was me. Nobody heard me. I guess I didn't do it.
Oh man.
We must not only circulate this on social media, but reach out to communities who may not be in. Okay, I've had enough of this. Mass action requires mass outreach. Yeah, blah,
Oh God.
to those who work to oppress us. If abortion isn't safe, you aren't either. We are everywhere. I live in the woods, motherfucker. Go ahead. Sorry. Oh.
Signed, Jane's Revenge. Okay, Jane.
Janie's got a gun.
She does, though. She has a firebomb.
She has a Molotov cocktail. So this is the second letter, actually.
This is the
Another
follow-up.
communique. They talk like they think they're special.
They're trying to use flowery language because they think it makes them sound more intelligent, but when you don't understand the words you're using, all it does is make you sound...
This was written by Jane S.R., which is Jane's Revenge. Okay, posted on Wednesday, June 15th at 10:45. Filed under General. Bookmark the permalink. Follow comments.
How is this allowed on this website? I'm pretty sure this is an open source blog.
We'll look at that in a second.
Okay.
Here you go. You have seen that we are real and that we are not merely pushing empty words. As we said, we are not one group, but many. You've seen us in Madison, Wisconsin, Fort Collins, Colorado, Reisterstown, Massachusetts. Boy, I hope I get all these right. Olympia, Washington, Des Moines, Iowa, Linwood, Washington, Washington, D.C., Asheville, North Carolina, Buffalo, New York, Hollywood, Florida, Vancouver, Washington. Washington?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought that was in Canada. I'm sure it's another one.
Yep.
Frederick, Massachusetts, Denton, Texas. Wow, they hit a lot of places. Gresham, Oregon, Eugene, Oregon, Portland, Oregon, among others. So that's like a dozen they listed right there.
Yep. So it's been going on since they put up their little call to action.
Not 3. They've been hitting lots of places.
Yep. They claimed all of them. So if they're arrested, here's your confession.
Okay, hold on. We were unsurprised to see 30 days come and 30 days pass. The date on this is May 30th. What, in Microsoft time? That's 15 days. Wait. No, 16 days. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
31st.
How do you say 30 days have come and passed if it hasn't been 30 days?
Imaginary time. You can be an imaginary woman. You can have imaginary time.
Yep.
Anyway.
They don't want to be called women. That's why they keep trying to remove the word woman.
No, they want men to be called women. And that they can give birth. And we had a conversation with my 5-year-old today, joking around. And they were telling me, they could do anything or whatever. And I'm like, I can do anything you can do. Well, except give birth.
That's what the 5-year-old said. You can't give birth.
And she's like, that's right. You can't have babies. I was like, I mean, you're not wrong.
You got me.
That was funny.
That's
Anyway,
hilarious.
not directly related, but kind of.
Yeah.
So, history. I hate people who say history may not repeat itself, but it certainly rhymes. I hate that saying. It's so dumb.
All right. So wait. Go back to where we were at.
I mean, that's where I'm at.
Okay.
We were unsurprised. 30 days came and 30 days left. And
Self-reflection of you who impersonate healthcare providers in order to harm the vulnerable.
let's talk about impersonating healthcare.
Pregnancy.
Abortion is not healthcare.
It's not. And the pregnancy centers never said they were healthcare providers. What they do is they hook you up with resources like a doctor if you need a doctor.
They may provide exams. I don't know. They may provide pregnancy pills.
Yeah.
But that's a resource.
Yeah. They're not here to do abortions, and abortion centers aren't here to help you find other resources if you so choose
And
to
how the
parent.
hell is it harming the vulnerable? Oh no, I gave you resources. You
If
must be hurt.
if you're in a pregnancy where you're at like high risk for harm or whatever, your spouse is abusing you or whatever, and you walk into an abortion clinic and go, I want to raise my baby, I don't want to have an abortion, the abortion clinic's going to go, get the hell out of here and go find someone else to help you. These are the places that are
probably try to convince her that, well, you're not in a good place, you should probably.
Yeah, they'll probably try to convince you to have an abortion, but what I'm saying is, if you went adamantly, I'm not having an abortion, they're going to say, get the fuck out and go find your own resources.
I think Crowder did some undercover work on some abortion clinics. I don't remember. There's the history may not repeat itself, but it certainly rhymes, and we've already seen such stanzas where medical autonomy is stripped away. Humanity is increasingly criminalized.
These people talk about where medical autonomy is stripped away, and then they want to tell me that I have to take a shot that I don't want. You want to be able to have an abortion. I don't want to have a procedure, and you want to tell me I have to have them.
I don't want to have stuff injected in me unless I approve it.
But
I was going to go on a different route and say that we are one of the very few countries in the world that allow abortion as late as we do anywhere in the country.
Yep.
Most Western, almost every Western, actually, probably.
New Zealand goes to 12 weeks. Australia goes to about, I think it's 13 weeks.
When we were in New Zealand, I mentioned I was I was pro-life, and everyone looked at me like I was horrible. They're like I'm the devil, because there pro-life means from day one, because they're at 12 weeks. And so I said, look, you guys have a 12-week, like you can't have it past 12 weeks. I was like, I would love that in my country. I would take that in a heartbeat. And they're like, what do you mean? And I explained, and they were mortified. Every single person in my office. And they're progressive, most of them. Mortified by what
the U.S. allows.
We do. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah. And that's most, if not all, of the Western countries other than Canada and the U.S. We're backwards.
Yep.
But we want to call it healthcare for women, and we want to ignore the baby because it's convenient. I'm sorry, life's not like that. Life doesn't give a crap about your feelings.
No.
You have to deal with it. Learn some damn resilience.
Yep.
Everybody has to deal with their own shit, and you have to deal with it. You can't just throw it away.
Nope.
Sorry, a little rant. Anyway.
Humanity is increasingly criminalized. I don't understand how that is true, but okay.
And merely surviving becomes largely untenable.
What world is this person living in?
I have no idea. He lives in the West. So we have the most civilized.
Obviously, he lives in the West because he or she is uneducated, because he says your 30 days are expired and it hasn't been 30
16
days.
Yeah. You're 30. Oh, it's been 15 because your 30 days expired yesterday.
So 15 days equals 30 days.
This is from the 15th.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I could still call it 15 days. Yeah. We offered an honorable way out. That must have been a different letter. That must have been a letter to somebody else. I didn't see that.
I didn't see an honorable way out.
So I think the call to action is not the 30-day call. So all right, I'll give you that. Maybe we missed a letter.
Yeah.
You could have walked away now. You could walk away now. Because I don't think people are going to stand for this crap for very long. The leash is off because you're a bunch of rabid dogs? Is that why the leash is off?
I mean, some of them are furries.
That's the thing. These are the same clowns that are running around about how you misgendered me, and they start crying and go to their safe space. Like, and you're going to throw a Molotov cocktail like the one who threw it and hit himself? Like that? Like, come on.
I think we did miss a letter. They might have had one 15 days before that. I don't know.
That's fine.
That's fine. I don't care that much. As far as like the fact that it's on a blog that they're asking people to go out and commit felonies.
Violence.
Yeah, violence.
Murder.
Yep. Still a felony.
Like, I mean, it's still a felony. You're right. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm just being silly. I'm just poking at you.
I know. It's just ridiculous. I don't even want to read the rest of this. We will, and those measures may not come in the form of something so easily cleaned up as fire and graffiti. Fire's easily cleaned up?
But
Yeah.
here's the thing. Like graffiti, that's one thing. You're tagging a thing. We got to go wash it off, whatever. Fire, I have to get the fire department, the police department comes out to make sure people are safe and back them away from the fire. You run the risk of somebody's in the building. There's so many things with a fire that it's just, are you serious?
Your pointless attempts to control others and make life more difficult. These are pro-life centers. They're literally trying to make life easier.
Yeah, they're literally trying to help somebody and make their life better, not
Eventually, your
control
insurance
them.
companies and your financial backers will realize you are a bad investment. I mean, I guess if you have enough people, but eventually you're going to go to jail.
This is written by
Or worse.
somebody who grew up in cancel culture who thinks they can just stomp their foot
Who
and
watched
everything
a
will go
lot
away.
of Hollywood movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any anti-choice group. That's you, clown. You're trying to destroy a pro-life organization which offers a choice to women, just like feminists. All right, let me just get this out of the way. Third wave feminists took away choice from women.
Yep.
You're not allowed to be a stay-at-home mom. You're not allowed to be a grid girl. All that stuff. They're like, no. You have to be our type of girl. Otherwise, you don't count, and you're a horrible
You can be a
person.
grid girl if you're fat, according to third wave feminism.
Now
Sorry.
I have an image.
But it's true.
I mean, you're probably not wrong. But to be fair, they got rid of grid girls before they got fat girls into things.
Yeah.
Like, just stop.
Yep.
Who cares? Stop bothering other people with your ideas.
And I'm sorry, but pro-abortion is not pro-choice. You are pro-abortion. You're saying that if the person is going to end up with their children in foster care, if they're going to end up placing their child for adoption, if their child's going to have any kind of disease, there's basically saying abort the child unless it's a 100% perfect situation and the child's 100% perfect DNA. That's the choice in pro-abortion groups. That's the things they bring up constantly when you
get
say
dumber and dumber. Like I said, I wasn't going to read it, but until you do, basically until you stop, it's open season, and we know where your operations are. The infrastructure of the enslavers will not survive.
Who
What
are they
enslavers?
enslaving?
Who's a slave?
Okay.
I mean, there's human trafficking and slavery around the world.
Let me throw this at you. Hear me out. Okay?
Uh-oh.
All right. So pro-life groups I've heard recently, and I understand the analogy. The pro-life has been comparing the amount of abortions to the amount of people who've died in the Holocaust. Okay. I don't know how you say pro-life is enslavement.
I have no idea what they're trying to say here.
I don't even. Who's being enslaved? How can you compare telling someone not to have an abortion to slavery? Like, are you stupid?
We will never stop, back down, slow down, or retreat. So you didn't say you'll never die. You didn't say you'll never go to prison. So, I mean, there's ways out. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
Come at me with firebombs and shit. You're not gonna get it up the driveway. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'll have to clean the driveway when I'm done, though.
We did not want this, but it is upon us, and we must deal with it
Proportionally. How is a firebomb? When did the pro-life people start throwing firebombs at you?
And it
How
sounds
is that
like that's all
proportional?
they
Do you not
want.
know what that means? It sounds great. Let's put it in there. Like, it sounds like a group of idiots got together, got all of the cool lines that they thought would sound fantastic, and put them in these letters. Oh yeah, we'll respond proportionally. It sounds great. Do you know what it means?
Using flowery language to sound smart just makes you sound dumb. I'm going to say it again.
Like, we exist in confluence and solidarity with all others in the struggle for complete liberation. Man, travel a little bit. You have no idea what's out in the world.
Yep.
We're one of the freest. The West is the freest place on earth, bar none. In the United States, well, until the last couple of months, it's been pretty much there.
It keeps going. It gets dumber.
Does it?
Yes. Our recourse now is to defend ourselves. How are you defending yourself?
By attacking. Attack first. Get them.
To build robust, caring communities of mutual aid. You're not doing any of the above.
No, you're burning things down with fire and brimstone. Well, that's a little different, but
To heal ourselves without the need of the medical industry or any other intermediary.
so if you can do that, why do you care? Why do you care if you could just heal yourself of the pregnancy? I guess is what you're referring to.
The last sentence explains it. Through attacking, we find joy, courage, and strip the
joy.
veneer of
Wait. Hold
Penetrability
on.
held by the violent institutions.
And strip the veneer of impenetrability held by these violent institutions, the pro-life institutions. But anyway, we find joy. Hold on. Where is it? Where's the we don't want to do this? We do not want this.
But you find joy in
You
it.
find joy in it.
Okay.
Like,
it's one or the other.
I'm now
You either don't want to do it or you do it.
I'm critiquing their bad form.
Well, again, it goes back to the how it looks like a letter from a narcissist. Like, I'm telling you I don't want to do this, but at the same time I'm telling you that I'm loving the hell out of it. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I don't want to keep beating you, but you're making me, and I
Yeah.
love it. Like, what? It's crazy, people. For the allies of ours who doubt the authenticity of the communiques and actions, there's a way you can get irrefutable proof that these actions are real. Go do one of your own.
Oh my god.
Wait, that's not proof. You're what? That doesn't make any sense. You're already one of us. Everyone with the urge to paint, burn, cut, and jam. Jam? Like on a guitar? Or like strawberry jam?
When you read the word jam, in my head I saw a jar of jelly. So I don't know.
Jam. Traffic jam? Now is the time. Go forth and manifest the things you wish to see. Stay safe. Practice your... if they were safe and practice safe sex, maybe they wouldn't get pregnant.
They're practicing cursive instead of safe sex. That's why they're in this problem.
Cursive? Isn't that writing?
Yes.
Practice your cursive? Practice your handwriting.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what that said? Why?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm. That's what it says. Practice your cursive.
Oh, man. It got so dumb at the end.
It
The
did.
last word. Is there a different meaning that I don't understand?
No, there's not. It's just this person thought they were being clever and they weren't. It was sad.
Oh my goodness. All right. Anyway, I think we've rambled on.
I
enough
feel
about
it
this
like
crap.
I feel like I feel dumber after having sat through that. Like that quote from Billy Madison.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Yeah.
I award you no points.
Yeah.
That's what I feel right now.
Yeah, I get it.
I feel dumb.
Yep, definitely. Anyway, so we're on all the major platforms. If you like that, hook us up. Wait, that's not how it works. So if you like that, you can find us on YouTube and Rumble and Odyssey and almost all of the major podcasters.
I thought we were going to play the video.
No, we were going to start with the video. I never played the video.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Podcasts. That's where I left off. Leeanna is side nut on Twitter. That's side with an underscore nut. I meant to add it underneath. And I'm safe vets on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Just no space on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be around. We'll be back.
Message us on Twitter or
All that fun stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye and stay safe and don't deal with these clowns.
yeah. Don't do what they asked.
Definitely don't participate in violence of any kind. It's a horrible idea. Anyway, stay safe, stay free.